Should we start?
Yeah, it's very warm out here for a black hoodie.
Yeah, I know.
I'm struggling. We're both struggling. We can go inside.
No, this is fine.
Okay.
It, like, kind of fits... I feel like I fit the vibe.
Yeah, we're out in nature.
We're out in nature
like
today.
the bear.
Like the bear.
The cocaine bear. Welcome to today's episode.
Welcome to today's episode.
It's a special outdoor episode because I did not have time to drive to LA. So we're at my house.
Came here and we're outside on the little roof.
Yeah, because that's fun.
Yeah.
Totally not crowded.
No.
I think it's a really good setup.
What you're missing from the camera is that there's so much furniture.
More chairs.
Yeah, you can't quite see it. You can see a little bit, but wherever we aren't and the camera isn't is chair. So it's a little...
Yeah, I want to adjust the camera to show off all the chairs, but then I would have to climb all the way over all the chairs
parkour.
That I can't even reach the camera, so I'm not going to.
Just imagine it. Imagine that we're surrounded by furniture.
Chair, table, us. So
we're trapped like they were with the cocaine bear.
Wow. Should we say what this is?
Yes.
Who we are?
This is the Pawlywood Pawdcast.
It sure
Two
is.
paws.
We're
talking animal movies.
That's like part of the title now, because you say it every time.
We're talking animal movies, with paws, without paws. Today we have paws.
Yeah. Also, I'm Shannon.
I'm Sydney.
Your hosts.
Your hosts.
There was any confusion. Yeah, today's movie is Cocaine Bear. If you didn't get that from like the 9 times we said Cocaine Bear. We have our bears today. From
bears,
our
a little
alma
bear
mater.
in the background, a little bear on the
More
water
bears.
bottle.
All my bears are college themed.
They are.
Wow. Very fun.
Bears.
Outfits? Time?
Yeah.
For our video viewers.
First or should I?
Mine isn't as exciting, so I'll go first.
Okay.
This is the only thing that I own that had a bear on it. It's not that exciting. It's black like the bear, and it has a bear. This movie was not in California, but we'll just ignore that. And I have bear earrings, so I'm pretty proud of that. And
the bear earrings are really good.
A black fuzzy hat, like what the bear looks like.
The bear earrings remind me of those calico critters. Were you into those as a kid?
No, but I think I know what
But
you're
it was like that
about.
feel, and they were animals, and it was like a little family, and they'd wear cute little clothes.
Yeah. No, I didn't have them, but I know what you're talking about.
I had every bunny.
I had some similar.
That was all. I didn't have any other
off-brand
animals.
version, I think.
I had only the bunnies.
That sounds right.
And I think some, like a little house for them.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm very dehydrated. That water tastes so good.
And my outfit.
I can take those if you don't want to put it on the wet couch.
Sure, on the wet couch.
The couches are really wet because of the rain.
And
you might have wondered why we're not just sitting on the couches. The 7 couches.
They're a little damp. It's
They're
that damp
soaked.
where, like, it's not super damp. Oh, there's some spots that are.
Yeah, it's like where
the
pillow wasn't.
Yeah, where, like, it's when you just gently touch it, it's not too bad. But if you sat, you feel like a sponge.
Yeah. I wasn't in the mood for that today. I just showered, so.
This is better. But yeah, my outfit, I'm the park ranger. I had some bear things. I had, like, a fuzzy-ish brown jacket. I found a brown, like, fuzzy skirt. It's kind of an awkward length. But it just would have looked really weird and mismatched and, like, incoherent.
This is a fashion podcast.
So this is my safari outfit that I wear. I've worn it to the zoo. I've worn it. I wore it when I went to Solvang because I thought that had the right, like, ooh, I'm a little tourist. Let's pretend I'm in, what is Danish? Danish is like... Denmark. Oh, I'm a Denmark tourist. That's the vibe I usually go for with this. But
is Solvang Denmark? I always thought it was like
Danish.
Oh, I always forget what it is. I always think it's like Dutch or like something. Yeah.
Yeah, those are different, right? What is Dutch?
Is Netherlands, right? Holland.
Yeah. I think it was Danish.
We're learning that we don't know.
It was literally plastered everywhere.
No, I'm
like
not. I'm
the
not
capital of the world, or the
world. Solvang, California, the capital of the world.
It was like the capital of the U.S. I think it was the Danish capital, but like, I thought tulips and like windmills are Dutch, like it's normally Dutch.
Maybe they're also in Denmark.
Maybe. Anyway. Oh, I saw animal. That was where I was going with that. I saw animals that day too because I went to Ostrich World.
Oh, that's right.
Shout out to Ostrich World. If you're ever in Solvang, California, about 5 minutes down the road, it's Ostrich World, where it's just a big field, and there's ostriches and emus, and it really reminded me of when I went on my like road trip out west, and you'd look out. And there'd be, like, the buffalo or the cows or, like, something that made sense. But this, it was like you look out on the majestic landscape and there's giant ostriches everywhere. So, yeah, it's my safari outfit. But, okay, so about the outfit. It's this. I have a hat. I wore some, like, hoop earrings for the 80s. These felt kind of 80s sunglasses. And my big combat boots that match. That we were saying, it looks like I could kick a door down or something. And my little socks, I realize now, are kind of really ugly color combination. I don't know what my sock subscription was doing that month, but cassette tapes kind of 80s vibes as well. So that was a
much
really...
more elaborate than my outfit. Well done.
A really long explanation.
Shall we talk about...
Cocaine Bear.
Just, the movie, but also our experience with the movie.
Yeah.
And... what this is gonna look like today. Also, I will say, I think, yay or nay is probably gonna be a pretty long segment, because I have a lot of fun facts today. And
I'm
just,
excited.
things to share.
Amazing.
I might not even do all of them as, like, a yay or nay. Like, I might just be like, here's a thing
some.
that I learned that was funny.
You won't do, like, let me hint at it weirdly and then ask about it later, like I kept doing with Shark Tale.
I don't think I'm gonna... I have not planned that far ahead.
I didn't plan it. I just was like, let me throw you off.
Okay. Yeah. I also... I got home not that long ago, and I just, like, showered and ate. So I have the yay or nays prepped, but most of them are, like, screenshots of facts on my phone.
So
like, they're not even written out as, like, coherent questions.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a minute.
That feels like the right vibe.
It does. It does for today. The other thing... I feel like recap might be short, because there's not really a very complex plot here. But also, I don't know. Because the format of today is probably going to be mostly Sydney just telling me what happened in this movie, because I didn't know what was going on. That is because, I mean, A, the movie was just wild, but B, I did, like, 6 shots beforehand. And, like, I didn't know what was happening. Like, I'll just be straight up. Like, you can, I'm 22. I'm an adult. I pre-gamed this movie with a large group of people. I had like 4 shots of Fireball and vodka, not together, but like a mix of those.
Yeah.
I had like a Modelo beer, and I had one of the AMC cocktails. They have a Pop Rocks cocktail. They were out of the Pop Rocks. So I just got the cocktail.
You didn't even get the
Apparently
Pop Rocks
it's amazing with the Pop Rocks. It sounds
I mean, that's
fake.
gotta be like
I don't believe.
the kind of like texture of it. It's
Yeah.
probably very fun.
Yeah, probably. It tasted pretty good. It was really sweet without Pop Rocks. I wish I had them. But yeah, I was having a great time, but I literally didn't know what was happening in the movie.
I did not pre-grade the movie, but I also feel like I don't remember what happened because it just was there was so much happening.
Yeah. This was also a couple weeks ago. We both saw it in theaters, like, right when it came out.
Yes. I saw it opening night
I think I
in
saw
a
it
fully
the day
packed
after.
Theater.
In a packed-ish theater with a group of, like, 20 people. We bought up, like, the entire row. We were going insane. But yeah, we were gonna film this earlier, and then I just, like, have not had time to do anything, because I've been on sets for film school, so I haven't been able to, like, drive over on weekends the past couple weeks. So, not only did I not know what was happening when I did watch it, it's now been, like, 3 weeks since we watched it.
Yeah, it's been a good 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks.
So this is gonna be worse than the Shaggy Dog, where we like kind of didn't remember the movie.
Yeah,
like we kind of didn't remember the movie and we didn't even understand it as it was happening.
Yeah, but that's I think part of the fun.
A very fun vibe.
Well, I mean, let's start out with why we have been waiting for Cocaine Bear.
Oh
for
years.
Oh
my god, this is gonna be such a long podcast. Tell your Cocaine Bear story.
So I did a super fun Zoom internship 2.5 years ago now, and like one of the first days when they're like having all of us little interns on Zoom, they were like, if there's a script you want to read, like, maybe we can get it for you. And I think probably the first person, and maybe the only person who asked about it, was like, oh my god, can you get me the Cocaine Bear script? I want to read that. And I didn't know what was happening. It's like, excuse me? And I feel like I immediately texted you, and I was like, what? There's a movie.
Let me see. I wonder if we have a record.
There's a movie, it's called Cocaine Bear.
It has been greenlit.
It has been greenlit. I don't remember if... Maybe the only thing that had been announced at that point was Elizabeth Banks was directing it, but maybe not even that. It definitely was before it got made and stuff. But before
I feel like it might have been... I don't remember you mentioning that she was attached. Cause I feel like
that would have been something I would have brought up.
Yeah.
But it was just like, oh, there's this movie, it's about this bear, it eats the cocaine, and then it's, like, killing people. And so immediately we're like, this is something that we've got to pay attention to. So just as more info would come out over the year and a half, we would just send each other the updates, and we're really waiting for it.
I mean, it was, how many years in the making was, like, our anticipation for this movie? Like,
almost
3?
It was not that many.
So that was junior year.
It was, like, summer between junior and senior year.
Are you sure? I think I could have sworn it was earlier. Because wasn't it your Circle of Confusion internship?
Yeah, and that's when that was.
That was when... COVID happened between sophomore and junior year.
Yeah.
And didn't it go online because of COVID? Oh, you did it the following year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, COVID summer, we all just sat at home.
Yeah, I thought you had a different internship.
No.
That summer. Okay.
I just had that one. So it's only been a year and a half. But it feels like a lifetime. I could have sworn
it was longer. Because I feel like I remember, like, talking about it when I lived in, like, the junior year house. Why do I feel like this movie was in the zeitgeist for so long?
Yeah, what? I also kind of feel like that. But it wasn't.
Are we sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so confusing. Why does it feel like that?
I don't know. Maybe we just knew.
We knew. We sensed it.
We sensed it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so I guess let's get to the recap. Recap.
Yay.
Yeah. I keep just putting it over its face. The little Christmas bear.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So when I was telling you that it was a discussion. I was like, Sydney, should I watch this movie again to prepare for the podcast so I, like, know what happened?
I almost went and saw it again.
Yeah, I do want to at some point. But I was like, or is it funnier if I just don't know what the movie was?
Yeah. And
that's how the podcast is. And you were like, it's funnier if you do not know what happened.
Yeah.
So I just deliberately didn't watch it.
So we're going to see how well I remember it.
Yeah. Because we also, I mean, I did, like, I was telling you, I was like, here's all the things that I remember. And you were like, that is kind of everything that happened. But to me, as I was watching it, it felt like it was a 15-minute long movie. Like, I remember it ended, and I was like, this movie started 10 minutes ago. What's going on?
I'm currently just trying to, like,
how's it over?
Process what happened and try to remember. Okay.
Also, there will be spoilers. We never say that, but it's always true.
Because we're literally just talking through the movie.
We explain literally everything.
It doesn't quite matter when it's, like,
old movie
2005 movie that it's been ages. But this is out now, so if you care, I guess skip the recap. That's almost the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it starts off, and you're in a plane.
Oh yeah. It started, and I was like, "What's going on?" I walked in right as, like, Nicole was popping up on the AMC, and I was so happy because I was on time from getting my popcorn. And then, because we had the whole row bought up, I had to, like, and I was in the middle. I had to, like, walk in front of literally, like, my, like, 10 friends on either side, whichever one I was gonna go in from. And just walked. I was, like, stepping on people. It was so dark. But I made it. I sat down right as the movie started, and I was like, oh boy. And then I immediately was like, what is happening?
Yeah, so I think it started, I don't remember if it started with, like, this is based on true events. Which, okay, to preface that, it is and it isn't. Like, the cartel
inspired
or whatever, yeah.
Definitely
the cartel did drop off the cocaine in the middle of the woods in Tennessee, I think.
Georgia? Tennessee?
Georgia? Oh, yeah.
Might have been Georgia.
I think it's, like, somewhere in that mountainy area.
Appalachian.
It feels like, it's got Florida vibes.
Oh, yes.
But it's not Florida.
Oh, this is like Florida, the movie.
So that did happen, and a bear did eat the cocaine, but it immediately died. And then they found the bear that had eaten the cocaine and died, and they stuffed it, and they put it in a museum.
Damn it, that was one of my fun facts.
Oh, I knew that one.
Okay. Do you know what the bear's name was?
No.
Okay,
We'll save that.
that'll be, well,
Or you can say it now.
yeah, I'll just say it now because I don't know how I'm going to
What
word it
was
as
his
a true
name?
or false.
Yeah.
They named him Pablo EscoBEAR.
That's really good.
That was going to be my true or false.
I was
Because
gonna
I
be,
felt
that
like
sound-
you would be like, that's something you made up. 'Cause
That's
it would
really
be.
good.
Yeah, they
reminds me
taxidermied
of,
him and put him in the mall in Kentucky.
Oh, the mall. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That
Not even a
has
museum.
A similar energy to one time in Chicago, there was a crocodile in the sewers or something, and everyone like freaked out because like, why is that in Chicago?
I feel like I remember.
What was its
hearing about
name?
that.
Oh, Chance the Snapper. That's what it was. I was like, I know it was Chance the Rapper, and I couldn't figure
So
Chance the
funny.
Snapper. So I really like when people do that. Did you see how they name in Minnesota? They like have like a draft to name the snowplows over here. I can't remember any of the names, but they were all funny like snow pun names.
That is fun.
I'm really sad I don't remember them, but like look it up.
Okay.
It has
Yeah.
similar vibes.
But
Okay,
yeah,
but yeah, back
it's-
to what happened in the movie. 'Cause
Well,
we
yeah,
haven't
the
even
bear.
started
I
it.
mean, I've been told there's a possibility that bear would have been like the deadliest living predator
Yeah.
on the planet for like 5 minutes before
Okay,
it died.
another
but it did
unrelated thing
quickly
to go
die.
off on. I didn't actually read it yet, but my mom just sent, I think it was my mom, sent me an article about, like, some sort of cat at a zoo. So it was, like, not a cheetah, but, like, a lynx or something. I think it had, like, the fun little, like, fuzzy ears.
Yeah.
They found it had traces of cocaine, so it's, like, hanging out.
Cocaine Cat.
Cocaine
the
Cat.
sequel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But
It's
it was
okay,
just like
but it's-
vibing.
Yeah, it just, the
going on a
the
killing
article,
spree?
I think, said it tested positive for cocaine.
Why were they testing it for cocaine?
No idea. Probably was like being weird. So I think it's like
This
recovering.
wild animal that we're keeping in a zoo is
Yeah,
acting
someone-
strange. Let's see if it's on coke. Like,
I
why is
haven't
that?
actually read the article,
Yeah.
so
Maybe it makes more sense than
Yeah.
that.
But that's another unrelated thing. But yeah, so the movie. It starts, we're in the plane. I don't remember who the actor is. I thought it was what's the guy that's not Tom Hardy but looks like Tom Hardy sometimes?
I don't know. What?
I don't remember his name.
It's like talking to my mother.
Is it Aaron Taylor Johnson? Is that a name?
That is a name.
It might be him.
Okay.
It could not even be him. But it was one of those actors where I'm like, that's not Tom Hardy, but it looks like him. And he's there and he's in a plane and he's doing so much of the coke. And I think the plane is going down, so he like takes all the duffel bags of cocaine that are in like red duffel bags and he chucks them out the plane. And then he tries to jump out and like immediately bangs his head or something and dies. And just falls and dies. And so that's like it starts. And then I think it's like the cops are there and I don't remember any characters' names. It's the main cop and then there's the girl one.
This is gonna get so confusing. There's who
And they find it in like a neighborhood and they're like, there's cocaine. Wow, that's a lot. Like, where are all the other ones or something? Because I think they found
duffel bags
the
of
crash too. So they know there's supposed to be more, but they don't know where. And they're in St. Louis. I think that the cops were from St. Louis.
Why? Wasn't this in like Georgia?
Yeah, but I think
they
they
were from Missouri.
I think the cops that found that, or maybe they had been tracking these, like, the drug. I think I think Ray Liotta is St. Louis. I think they're from there.
Oh,
I think that's
okay.
maybe where the plane was
I see,
going
I
or
see.
something.
Yeah.
And so that's why they're involved. I don't know why I'm
Interesting.
remembering they were from there, but they were, I think.
Yeah. It's funny because it's not even like I understood the movie and then forgot it. Like, I was not blacked out. I was like, as it was happening, I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so wild that, like, I wasn't processing it as it was happening. So, yeah, I have no idea where they were
So
from.
yeah, we meet, I think they're from there. And there's the main cop, and he got a dog that day.
Oh, yeah, I liked the little dog.
The little dog was cute, and he was like, I have to go track down whatever this drug thing is. Here, cop assistant. Other cop. I think she's a full detective. But here, he was basically treating her like an assistant.
Yeah.
Like, here's my dog. You know what dogs are. Can you watch this dog? And then he leaves. So we meet them. There's those two. Then we meet, I don't remember if this is the order that it happens in, but we meet the family where there's Carrie Russell's the mom.
Yes, I remember these characters.
And girl from Florida Project.
I hadn't realized at the time, but yeah, Brooklyn Prince.
Yes, that's her name.
Who's like a kid. She's like not a baby now.
A teenager now.
It's crazy.
Her, and then another boy a little boy, I don't remember what he's been in, but was
he in other stuff? I didn't recognize him.
He had that just, like, boy who's, like, he's, like, little white boy with kind of curly hair that's, like, can do some jokes. And I feel like that's a lot of little boys in the movies, so it could have been him, it could have been anyone else.
Yeah, it's hard to tell kids apart.
Yeah. But he was there. I don't remember his name or the character's name, but he's the boy. And she's, like, mad because her mom has a boyfriend, and, like, she wants to go paint the waterfall or something.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I'm a rebel. I'm not going to school. We're gonna, like, go...
Run away.
And so he gets this boy who, like... I don't remember if he's, like, in love with her, but probably that's why he goes along.
Oh, her name was Dee Dee.
Dee,
right? I remember that, because I'm like, not enough kids are named Deirdre anymore.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Deirdres out there.
And that's one group. And then we've got,
Ray Liotta.
This is Ray Liotta's last movie.
What a way to go out.
R.I.P. Ray Liotta.
Yeah. He was, like, the drug lord, right?
He's the drug lord.
Yeah.
He's got a fun hairstyle going on. And his son is... I don't know how you say his name. Something... It's, like... It's something with an E that's, like, not a name you would have seen.
What?
He was in Solo.
I have to know who you're talking about. Oh. Alden.
That's what it is. Okay. I was like, Alden.
Yeah, I hadn't realized that was him
something?
at the time.
Yeah.
But I saw it later.
A young Han Solo. And he also was in that... Did you ever see that Beautiful Creatures movie? I never saw the movie, but I was into the books.
It was, like, on a plane.
Yeah, I think that's when he started out in, like, one of his early things.
Uh-huh.
But he's the son, and his wife just died. I think of, like, cancer. I don't think it was,
I didn't even know the characters
murder.
had this much backstory.
And so he spends the entire movie crying. He's really upset, and he is mad because he was trying to, like, leave the mafia or whatever they're in, and his dad was mad about that because the wife was like, leave, and then the wife died, and so Ray Liotta's like, come back, do this. So the other guy
so many characters.
The other guy, I also don't remember his name, but it's
great.
It's Ice Cube's son.
Oh, his name is O'Shea.
Oh yeah.
How can you forget
O'Shea
that?
Jackson.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Yeah, he's the other one, and he's like still in this and is really good friends with. What did we decide his name was? Alden or whatever.
Aldrin. Han Solo.
They're friends, Han Solo, and he like kind of tricks him, and they go off. Ray Liotta's watching like his grandson too, which is a thing that's happening, and he's like really bad at being a grandpa.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson, was he the
dad
of
in it.
Deirdre?
No,
he was
just
like the friend.
a guy.
Okay, he's literally just a guy in the woods.
Okay, yeah, that's the third thing, is we have the park ranger, who's Margot Martindale.
Margot Martindale, esteemed character actress.
Yeah.
In my class the other day, we were watching a short film that stars her, and our professor was like, do you guys know her? Like, what do you guys know Margot Martindale from? And everyone was like, BoJack Horseman, where she plays herself. I think he was disappointed in us.
Yeah, but she's in it. She is, like, getting ready, because Jesse Tyler Ferguson is the, like, head park ranger. So he doesn't have the outfit, he just wears, like, a t-shirt, and he really likes nature. And so Margot Martindale's, like, in love with him. And he's coming, and she's, like, getting ready for a date.
Didn't know that.
And then there's also all the, like, teenage boys who have some name that she calls them. They're, like, it's not the Bandits, but that's what I'm...
The Bandits. We'll call them the Bandits.
The Bandits. There's, like, 4 of them. They're there. They're, like, they like to... annoy people in the woods. And
Don't we
they're
all?
there. What were we
Timer.
doing? Oh yeah, we were going through. Those are the different factions of people.
The factions.
Factions.
They're what do
all
we call the
there.
teenage boys? The bandits?
The bandits.
Sure.
That's so not what they're called, but I don't remember
That's
who
funny.
they are. There's 4 of them. Yeah, they're little boys, but they're like, I think there's probably supposed to be like 18 to 20 something.
Oh, really?
Or maybe they're like 20 something. Who knows? But
This
they're
movie
there.
is also a period piece.
Yes.
Cinema. It's very 80s,
It
which
is very
I
80s.
wasn't really expecting, even though, like, I knew the real story was the 80s, but I didn't know they were going to go all in
They
on, like,
went
the
really-
synth soundtrack, which I
Yeah.
love. So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's them. Everyone kind of gets to like park. They're in like a.
This is the most incoherent episode
They're in
we've ever done.
yeah, because I can't remember words for anything too. A national
I don't
park.
know who any people are.
They're in a national park.
Yeah.
And Carrie Russell's there, and she's like, "My kids are gone. My kid." She doesn't know who this boy is. I don't remember his name.
Dee Dee is
Dee
gone.
Deirdre is gone. So she goes off with like Jesse Tyler Ferguson and Margot Martindale, and Margot Martindale's just like, "I want to date him. Why are we helping this random lady find her child who's missing in the
Priorities.
park?" That's literally her job. But yeah, they go off. Oh wait, I forgot about the first bear attack.
Oh. Yeah, I was wondering when that came in.
That I think is like
Early,
after the
right?
cocaine falls.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing.
Yeah, I think
We've
so.
got,
It appears early.
a girl, I don't know who she is, and we've got the guy, have you seen Game of Thrones? No. Okay, everyone else. The Game of Thrones guy with the red beard, who's like obsessed with Gwendolyn Christie. I think it's him. Pretty sure it's him.
We have Google. You want
It's
me to
more,
Google
no,
it?
it's more
Okay.
fun if we don't know.
Yeah. Why are we hosting a podcast?
And it's them,
It's like
and
the
they
opposite.
are either about to, I think they're about to get married. I think they're engaged because they're like talking about what their wedding could be and how they could name their kids. And one of them wants like a Norwegian name or something, and one of them wants like Mark or something like that. And they're kind of arguing. And then they're like having fun. And they see this bear and they're like, "Wow, get a picture. Let's take a picture." And then like they look at the bear and it's like being weird. It's like smashing its head into a
Oh,
tree
yeah.
or something. And then they're like, "Huh, what a weird bear." And I think he's like, "This seems weird. Let's leave." And she's like, "No, let's take a picture
Oh,
of
yeah.
the bear." And then the bear disappears when they look through the camera. And then it pops out and
So
drags
good.
her off into the woods and kills her. And then it's like cocaine bear.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where that falls. Yeah,
I
so
will
missed
say,
that.
I love the name of the movie very, very much.
Yeah.
I've seen 2 different facts, so I don't believe either of them because they contrast each other. But I've
Yeah.
heard that it was like a working title, that it wasn't supposed to be the name of
Yeah.
the film, and then they just went with it because they couldn't think of anything else.
I feel like I saw that.
But I've
yeah.
also heard that Elizabeth Banks really fought for it to be called Cocaine Bear, which sort of goes contrary to the idea that
I mean,
it
it
was
could
just
have been a
default.
working
It could have been
title,
sort of both.
and they like were like, "We gotta change this. This is
Yeah.
dumb."
I
And
think
then she
that's
was
probably
like,
what
"No,
happened.
This is the best title I've ever heard."
But it is funny to think, like, the other version of, like, the studio is just like, yeah, we got nothing else, but we hate this, is also funny.
It's also good.
But yeah, I love the poster, I love the font.
Mhm.
Someone showed me, like, an alternate poster, and I gotta say, I like the one they went with.
I like-
It's, like, the bear snorting through the cloud of coke.
Yeah.
Like, that was really, it was much
It's
better.
good.
Yeah. So, okay.
So then all these people, they converge on the forest, and, you know, they're, like, looking, and I think they find the boy, and he's, like, up a tree, and he's, like, the bear. That's when one of the good lines comes in, of, like, that bear is fucked.
Yeah. I have a feeling
And then
this is
they're,
going to
like,
be, like, an
language.
explicit episode.
I know.
It's not like YouTube is paying us.
Yeah.
anyway from our 20 views. Yeah, that was an incredible
Not
line.
yet. To be optimistic. Maybe
You're
one
right,
day.
you're right. This video is going to hold us back.
Yeah.
That bear is
But- So yeah, that happened. That was funny. And they were like, no, we don't believe you. And then I think...
It's a bear.
Oh, this was after the children did the cocaine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That is one of the things I remember. Should I just start, like, listing plot points I remember and see how many of them I get?
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember what happens next.
Well, they do the cocaine.
Yeah, the kids do the coke. They, like, find the coke in the woods, and then they're trying to, like, both be cool to each other. So
they eat, like, a full handful of cocaine.
She's like, oh my god, yeah, like, I totally do cocaine. And he's like, no, you don't. I do cocaine. And she, like, takes a knife and, like, licks, like, a full, like, several tablespoons of cocaine. Weirdly, I feel like they both were fine. Like, they didn't seem like they were that coked up. They literally seemed fine. Like, I don't know if the adrenaline just took over or what. But yeah, so they both do coke. And then the next thing I remember is, like... Or I feel like the next major plot point that at least stood out to me was when the bear, like, lands on somebody when they're at that, like, weird gazebo outdoors. Do you know what I'm talking about? That is a
full 40 minutes later.
Okay. What was... No, wait. Okay, no, the ambulance... When was the ambulance? Was that after the kids?
That's after the kids. Okay. So yeah, there's the bear shows up with they're finding the boy. Everyone, like, climbs a tree. I think the bear attacks Margot Martindale and he runs. Or she runs away. Like, she runs back to call the police or whatever. Jesse Tyler Ferguson climbs a tree and the kid... and then he asks the kid, like, why are we climbing trees? And the kid goes, bears can't climb. And he goes, they can. And then the bear climbs up after him, like, rips his arm off, and then his whole body splats on the ground. And then the bear, like, jumps down on him and eats him.
Yeah, and then I think I was mixing it up with when the bear falls on the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets destroyed by the bear.
Yeah.
Annihilated.
And so the kid and Carrie Russell run away to find Florida Project girl, Dee Dee. Because the bear, like, took her. Why did the bear take her and not eat her like it ate everyone else?
Did it, like, carry her like how a mother cat carries
literally no idea, because she's fine. Like, she has maybe a tiny little bite.
I don't understand how it, like, took her.
I have no idea.
It, like, lured her away.
She rode the bear back to the cave. So she's disappeared. So they're following her, and it's, like, a fun little, Goldilocks. She left her paints out for them to follow. So that's something that's happening. And at some point, the kid is like, what are the long-term effects of cocaine on children? Because the mom's like why? A nurse or whatever. And she's like...
No reason.
No reason. Just curious. What's it gonna do to that bear? But yeah, so that's happening. And then, like, whatever the two cartel guys, whatever we decided their names.
I don't think we decided. I don't think we can do anything.
I don't either. Because they're going, and they're playing, part of their deal is, like, they're playing 20 questions for whatever reason, and the one is crying the whole time. And then they get there, and then, one of them, like, goes to the bathroom, and then all the bandits attack him, and he just, like, he doesn't kill any of them, I don't think, but he, like, knocks them all out, and then they basically kidnap one of them.
Was this, like, around when the ambulance scene was?
This is kind of right before.
Okay, yeah.
So that happens, like, they take him, they're going off, the bandit that they kidnap, and the crying man, they get along really well. They seem to vibe. And so now they're going to look for the rest of the cocaine, because the bandit said, like, it's in the gazebo, and he's going to leave them there. And so they go there, and then the other bandits go to, like, see Margot Martindale to, like, call the cops, and she is, like, got bit by the bear, and then the guys all beat up. I think there's two of them, one or two. So she thinks, like, they got bit by the bear, he thinks that she got attacked by these guys, and it's, like, miscommunication, and then the bear shows up, and, like, eats one of them. Like, oh no, she shoots one of them.
I thought, for some reason, that scene was, like, pretty late in the movie, and the ambulance was, like,
this
early.
This is before the ambulance.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
They go back to that cabin at some point? I thought there was, like, some later stuff in the cabin. I have no idea. Okay.
I don't think so.
So, the ambulance.
So, yeah, they're there. So, like, I think the one bandit comes and somebody keeps pounding on the door and she's like, it's the bear, ah! And so, like, they open up the door and she shoots the guy in the head, and it's so much. And so he's dead. And then I think the other bandit, then the bear comes and eats the bandit. And then that's when the ambulance comes. And because Margot Martindale called them, and so the girl finds her, and the guy like goes to open the back door because he hears like scuffling, and it's Cocaine Bear and like a destroyed body, and then they're like, we gotta go, it's the bear, because she keeps trying to say bear, bear, but she's like almost dead. And so when they do like the little heart thing, stethoscope, she grabs it and goes, bear, and it like peaks the audio. And then that's the really fun ambulance scene. They get in the ambulance, they're like driving,
they leave the door open.
Yeah, well, they leave the door open because the guy is like, they're like, we're gonna just leave the guy, but he runs to catch up, and so they don't shut it, and the bear like jumps. This is like
the trailer shot. The bear,
I think that was the best part.
It was like in like Fast and Furious when they like drive a car from one building into another building through glass. Like that's the level of like physics that we're working here. The bear, like, leaps off the ground, springs forward, and just jumps straight into the ambulance. And then it is incredible.
It literally, it eats someone or something. I think then it crashes into a tree because he, like, bites the driver. And Margot Martindale shoots through the windshield or something.
Destroyed also.
And she's, like, on the board that you put the people on, but, like, smooshed into the ground and, like, basically dead.
I wonder why she did this movie. I feel like she was having fun.
For fun.
Yeah. For fun. I think everyone in this movie was like vibes.
Having a lot of fun.
Just fun.
So yeah, then the bear's having a good time. Part of this is that the bear is addicted to cocaine now, so whenever it gets a little whiff,
can't get enough.
Yeah, it runs after it. And that was when they played a song, I think Can't Get Enough.
Did they?
Yeah, like the 80s.
Okay.
Just Can't Get Enough something.
That
was my favorite music moment. We'll talk about it with music later, but...
Oh, I forgot that was a segment.
The new segment.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you have your notebook, because I don't even know what our segments are anymore. There's like 9 of them.
Because I keep adding them.
Do you have any new ones for today?
No, I still haven't come up with a good train name, though.
Train name. I think it's funnier when we just say, where would a train be?
Where would the train go?
Can't wait for that segment.
Yeah.
So, when are they at the gazebo?
I think that's kind of next.
Okay.
So, like, they get to the gazebo, and, like, turns out that the cocaine is, like, up high, and they're trying to get it down. I think that's when the detective guy shows up, too, and he's trying to get it down, and everyone's like, how do we get it down? And somehow the detective guy's on top of this gazebo, and then they're, like, talking up and down and, like, shooting at each other, and the detective, like, shoots off his finger.
Yeah, that was a whole...
And then they're, like, in a weird standoff, and, like, the bandit and the crying guy are on the ground, and then the bear shows up and, like passes out.
On top of
the guy.
Yeah. And then we learn, oh my god, plot twist, Cocaine Bear is a woman.
Cocaine Bear is a girl.
Which I don't know why it matters, it's a bear.
I don't know, I thought that was fun.
They were, like, shocked by that.
Yeah, so that's happening. Yeah. There's, like, the whole thing.
Girl boss moment.
The Cocaine Bear is there. I think they get it off of him by, like... She, like, smells the cocaine. And she's gotta get more cocaine.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, then they run. I think it eats somebody.
It did a lot of that.
I think they ran away.
I think it did at that point. I think someone got murked.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think oh, no. The Ray Liotta shows up and shoots the detective on the gazebo. It's not the bear that eats anyone.
Right. Yeah.
So they get him.
Ray
Liotta, they're like,
bear.
It's a bear. It's on cocaine.
There's a lot of, like, that. Just people saying that, basically, in the movie.
I forgot the detective does throw the cocaine at the bear to get it off of him. And they're like, oh, I wonder what that's gonna do. And it's, like, a trailer. The moment from the trailer. Got a lot of training on.
Is it when the bear is, like...
yeah, and then it rubs its
moment.
Head on the ground.
Yeah.
And it, like, yeah.
She loves that cocaine.
She really did.
Yeah.
And then, so Ray Liotta's like, I don't care that the bear's on cocaine. We gotta get the rest of the cocaine. And the guys are like, but she's done all the cocaine. And they're like, no, we gotta find it. So they're going to find that. Like, we eventually, I think, get to, they find the bear's cave. The Carrie Russell and the boy, and they find Dee Dee, and Dee Dee's there with the bear, Cocaine Bear's kids. She has 2 kids.
Yeah.
She's a mom.
Has cubs. She's a mother.
She's a mom.
A mother on cocaine.
So they're trying to get out.
Oh no, there's more cocaine bears. There's cocaine cubs.
I think
now.
that's at that point the like Norwegian guy or whatever gets killed by the bear at some point. Or maybe he's like, I don't want to go in the cave, and he waits and gets eaten on the way. Or something. But yeah, so they're trying to get out. They try to go to the back way because they like hear Cocaine Bear or something. Then Ray Liotta and the guys are also there because they're trying to get the cocaine. And then there's like a standoff on a waterfall.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Where like Ray Liotta's like, I don't care about the kids, I just want the cocaine. And then like the 2 guys are like, we're not killing kids, so they like switch sides.
That scene was this was like the last like half hour of the movie, I felt like.
Yeah, it was really...
like it was a long time,
yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's just over now.
Yeah, and then
but,
Cocaine
it's
Bear
very
like
dramatic, like everything is dark.
They all jump off into the waterfall,
yeah.
And then I think one of them got shot, and then Carrie Russell's a nurse, so he ends up being fine, and like everyone goes home, and Ray Liotta gets killed by the bear, and like the bear kids are fine, and they all go home. At some point, the other cop shows up, and she's working for Ray Liotta.
She has the dog.
She gets the dog at the end, but they give it to the sad guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then that's
pretty much it, right?
I think it is.
And then dedicated to Ray Liotta.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it. I want to say it made more sense when you told me all the details that I missed, but it didn't.
Yeah.
I think I pretty much got everything on the first watch. I do want to rewatch it though, because it sounds like I would enjoy it a second time. Just recapping it now. It now. Okay, what are our other segments?
Okay, top dog. Any top moments?
That bear is
Yeah, I said there was a bear. It was I really liked the kid calling it Cocaine Bear. He just was fully calling it. That was really good.
I liked that.
When the detective said, let's see what kind of effect that has on it. That was kind of fun.
I liked the synth music and just how 80s they went, which I
at
wasn't
some
really
point
enjoyed.
They went, it's an apex predator, high on cocaine, out of its mind. And I don't remember who said that.
I remember that from the trailer, yeah. I don't know who it was, but it was really funny. Apex predator.
I liked the baby pairs doing the cocaine. It was kind of fun. The ambulance bit was really good. I thought Eddie, that's apparently the guy, the sad boy's name.
Oh.
I wrote that. I wrote Eddie Bits with the gay kid. I think that was the bandit. It was like pretty gay coded, or at least I thought they were fun. I liked their dynamic.
I liked when the children did the cocaine, and that was the best moment in the theater because everyone just goes,
yeah,
oh no, yeah. And then she should have died from that much cocaine.
Yeah, they absolutely
as a child, just licking it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Other things, best and worst, like animal performances, and graphics.
The CGI bear did a great job.
I thought the bear when the bear was attacking, that was really good. When the bear was just like being
sometimes
a bear,
it looked strange.
It wasn't it felt more strange.
It was like when it was in motion, so you couldn't really like let your eyes fix on it. Then I was like, sure, that's a bear.
When it was like just a bear attacking, but then when it was like let me be a silly bear.
Yeah. Then it was like
it felt very not real. Yeah.
Like somehow the bear doing cocaine activities was more realistic than just like the bear being a bear.
Yeah.
Because I guess you're like really your brain doesn't know what a bear would do on cocaine. It's like sure.
I really wanted it to be a real bear, and to be like a celebrity bear.
Celebrity bear.
Like,
are there bear actors?
Okay, there's one bear who was in a bunch of things.
Yeah, I think you're right.
In like the 80s.
Yeah.
That has its own IMDb page. I can't remember its name. I should have looked this up because it's really good. But it's like it has been in so many bear movies, and it's like it has.
How many bear movies are there?
I don't know. It was in a bunch though.
I didn't know there were other bear movies.
And I really now I gotta know. Let me find it.
Yeah, I imagine like working with a bear, like showing up to work, and like a bear is your co-star.
Right?
Like,
okay.
Just a series of choices.
The bear's name is Bart the Bear.
Bart the Bear.
Bart the Bear was in so many things. The Edge, Homeward Bound 2, 12 Monkeys, Legends of the Fall. I think that's where I originally saw it. Homeward Bound, White Fang, a movie called The Bear. Literally just, it's really good.
In The Bear, the show, in like the dream sequence at the beginning.
Yeah, so Bart grew to 9 feet tall.
Wow.
Which is the average for brown bears.
That's pretty impressive.
It died of cancer in 2000 at the age of 23. While growing.
Bears live though.
During the filming of Animal Planet's Growing Up Grizzly.
Oh.
So yeah, like, why wasn't it a celebrity bear? Like, I know you can't have a real bear doing cocaine and like.
Yeah, I feel like there was just the amount of stunts. Like most of the time is the bear doing like insane
like when it's
things.
just doing its bear things, bring in a bear.
That's so like, I guess I don't know. I feel like it's weird to bring in a bear just for B-roll. Also, I feel like it's normal to have like dog actors and stuff, but I don't know if people are still on board with like the ethics of like a bear. Like that's pretty out there when you can CG it. Like, yeah, it's not like it's a super serious movie. Like I think everyone is okay with the bear looking kind of off. So it was probably just more practical for several reasons. Yeah, even though I'm sure it was very expensive VFX.
Have I talked about the bear pit on this before?
No.
The bear.
This is the bear pit.
The bear. Okay, so when my mom lived in like Switzerland for a little bit when she was really little. She was telling me one of the only things she remembers is how in the middle of the town there was the bear pit, where it was a big pit in the ground, and it's where the town bear lived. What? And there was a big tree in the middle, and the bear would climb up the tree so it'd be like sticking out of the hole at your height, and it could stare at you, but it was in the bear pit still.
Why was there a town bear?
No idea. Literally no idea.
Just one bear? Yeah. How did it live?
In the bear pit.
No, but like, were they feeding it?
Yeah, I assume it was the town bear.
It's like a class pet, but just for the whole town. Bear. And it's a bear.
Yeah. There could have been more to that story that I don't remember. But
there has to be, but I don't know.
My mom was
what
like, that's the one, one of the things I remember is just the image of like the bear that had climbed the tree and could stare at me from like eye level height out of the pit.
It's so insane. I mean, that would be the only thing I remembered.
Yeah.
If that happened at any point.
Which is really, it's just so interesting.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane.
So that has nothing really to do with Cocaine Bear, but it's a bear
me.
story.
It sure is.
Had I not told you that before?
I don't think so. I feel like I would have remembered that.
I feel like I had. Maybe I told other people.
Funny. The bear pit. That is like pit. What? How much extra like real estate do you have that you're like, let's put a bear here?
No idea. Absolutely no idea.
Deranged.
I feel like I looked up like bear pits at one point just to kind of see what that was all about, and I don't remember what I found.
What if she was just memeing you? Maybe she like made this up.
I don't know.
Maybe it was a dream.
Mom, if you're watching this, let me know if you were just pranking me. I think it was real.
Yeah, it's kind of a random thing just to make up.
We can also shout out, my parents went and saw this the other night, and my mom told me that my dad laughed at every single thing. Like, there were only like 5 people in the theater, and he was really the only one laughing, and he laughed at everything like it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen in his life.
Incredible. So he enjoyed it then?
He thought it was amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
I did too. I had, it wasn't really the best movie ever, but a good time.
Well, now we're on Perspective. Which,
I mean, we can do like our hype for the movie versus what it was.
Yeah. I think so.
I think honestly, so a lot of people's criticism of this movie, I think, has just been they wanted it to go even further.
Yeah.
It already has such an insane premise that like it's hard to deliver more than what is already expected by the audience from like literally just the title Cocaine Bear. You already know that you're in for a wild ride. So I think a lot of people were like, we want more insanity, more bear attacks, more cocaine, like more of everything. And like for how absolutely batshit the premise is, it felt like a pretty normal movie.
Yeah.
So I would say, I don't know, I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I'm like, this could have literally just been like incoherent nonsense, which it was a little bit, but not that much.
I kind of wish it was like I thought the pacing felt weird of like the bear kills someone, and then there's like the same 80s synth, and now we see it's kids and it's a family, and then the bear kills someone, and it's just like very back and forth, and I kind of wish the bear went on a rampage for the last hour.
That is more what I expected. I expected it to be more of like a rampage.
Yeah.
Not like there's 15 characters, let's watch all of them.
I also, I don't think Elizabeth Banks is watching this. I hope she's not. Because I'm gonna, and I love to support a woman director, but it was really blandly done.
Yeah, there were definitely things that I liked. Like, I loved that they just went for the synth.
Yeah.
I liked some of the wacky choices.
But
yeah, I would say it definitely didn't feel
the way that waterfall, like, climax was shot at the end, and it was just, like, medium, like, 2 shots.
Yeah, they could have gone crazier with, like, the cinematography.
And it was so boring. Like, that's why the scene felt like it was 3 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was just, like...
Okay, that makes sense.
What? There's no, like...
Yeah, they should have, like, I mean, a great example, the Shaggy dog, the camera operator was just, like, going insane.
Yeah, like,
the whole time. Like, that, yeah. Like, honestly, if you're doing, like, a movie that's all about a drug trip, even if, like, it's not the main character, or even a human character that's tripping, like...
Ava Brady had a better...
Yeah.
better trip.
Like, they should have, like, embraced that more and done more, like, just special effects and just funny, like, on-screen things of, like, this is what... the POV is of the bear on drugs, and just things to, like, induce that feeling more for the audience would have been fun. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
it was very exciting to see it come to fruition after all these years that we can't figure out how many it was. After allegedly only 2 years.
Yeah,
which is
I
wild.
don't even know if it was 2 years.
It has to have been.
So wild.
That is wild.
Yeah. I mean, next segment. Don't stop the music. What are your thoughts on the music? On the music, sorry.
I only remember the 80s synth, and I loved it. I thought it was really funny.
I wrote down, what is happening here?
Were you, like, taking notes in the theater?
No, I just afterwards. The music was one of the things that I was most confused by.
I enjoyed it so much.
I think it was just because I think it was the same thing of, like, the back and forth of, like, the bear would kill someone and it'd be, like, intense, scary, and then it'd be the exact same 80s synth riff.
It was, like, kind of generic and repetitive. I didn't mind it too much, but they could have... I mean, the 80s had some insane music. Like, they could have found some other stuff to license that would have been fun.
And I think...
I'm so warm right now.
I said, just so nothing emotional. I think that was also at the end, where, like, it was just very, like, leading of, like, we're supposed to be sad. And I was like, you could have done something really fun with that. I did learn that the composer did some Wes Anderson movies, so I was like, what were you doing?
Interesting.
I was confused why it didn't have more substance, I guess.
Yeah.
But in the ambulance scene, when they played Just Can't Get Enough, that was great.
Yeah.
As the bear was, like, walking away after it had eaten some more cocaine.
So
it was off to find some more. That was really good. Okay. Hoo-hoo.
I forgot. This is what all of these are called.
Yeah, so what...
Really good.
Do you wish there were any what characters would you add? What celebrity would you add? Like, what would you change about, like, the actors?
I thought everyone did a pretty good job. I would say, Ray Liotta was great. Yeah. I would say the same thing I said for Shark Tale. More actors from Goodfellas should have been in the movie.
From specifically Goodfellas?
Yeah. What other movies did Ray Liotta do?
The B movie, as we discussed
last
that's
time.
Right. Second movie with a bear.
Yeah.
Ray Liotta, I think the bear comes in while Ray Liotta's there in the B movie.
I wonder if he likes bears. Hangs out with bears. One of my bosses was telling me that, like, Jimmy Kimmel hates bears and, like, used to talk about it on his show all the time. And I was like,
I don't know why I feel like I had heard that.
I had never heard of that. Like, I believe him, obviously, but, like,
weird.
I'm just like, that is such a specific thing.
Yeah.
To just be like, I hate bears. Let me, like, do a segment about it on my show. Like, what did the bear do to you, Jimmy? Maybe I'll talk about it at the Oscars tonight. It's Oscars night when we're filming this.
It is Oscars night tonight.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I thought the guy from Solo was good. I thought he did a good job. I just thought, I wish it was more, like, cameo, like, name.
Yeah. No, that'd be fun. Carrie Russell was good. She was kind of a random choice.
That's what I wish she was a little bit. I don't know who I would
Margot Martindale was great.
Margot Martindale was great. I thought Jesse Tyler Ferguson was a fun choice.
Yeah. I, like, forgot it was him. He looks so different.
I wish, like, that, I mean, I guess they all kind of were, like, somewhat of names. But I wish, like, the detectives were somebody.
Yeah.
Like, my pick would be, oh my god, what was I saying?
Who should be the detective?
I thought Stanley from The Office would be a fun choice. Just, like, somebody I knew.
Has he been in, like, anything else?
No. I think I just wanted
feel
to recognize
this should have
everyone.
been one of those movies like Cats, where like every famous person is in it for like no reason.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how did they do this?
Yeah.
But this would have been better, I would say.
Just like, because I didn't know who... I think he's been in things, I just didn't know who he was. I wrote, wanted more Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, for a movie called Cocaine Bear, this is what the people wanted, was more Cocaine
Bear.
Bear, more insane.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just some, like, more celebrities that the bear just, like, tore through.
Yeah.
Like, more deaths from, like, people...
I feel like they needed more, like, weird celebrities. Like a
Yeah.
Helena Bonham Carter type would have been,
Yeah.
like, funny just to, like, be... Just for any character. Like, they need, like, weird actors.
Helen Mirren.
Oh, yes. Helen
Like
Mirren.
The
She
bear
was too
breaks
busy
into,
filming
like-
Fast 10.
Yeah. What was I... Oh, you know the Shazam trailer?
No.
Okay, well, in the Shazam trailer, Shazam, to Helen Mirren's face goes, like, something Fast and Furious. Like, makes a Fast and Furious reference. And I'm like, she's in Fast and Furious. Like, I don't know.
Did it seem like it was, like, a tongue-in-cheek, like, haha, do you guys know that she's in Fast and Furious?
I don't know.
Or it was just, like, a weird
It
coincidence?
felt like a weird coincidence, because it's like, Helen Mirren, if it was, like, Vin Diesel you're saying that to, that's
Yeah.
a fun tongue-in-cheek. But it's Helen Mirren who's, like,
That
in a
is
little
kinda
bit.
random.
Right?
Shazam didn't really take off the way it seemed like it was going to. I don't think
No.
anyone wanted a sequel.
No.
People liked the first one.
If Vin Diesel was in Cocaine Bear.
If he played the bear with mocap. Apparently they used a combination
That'd be
of
really
VFX
good.
and, like, I mean, it was,
The-
like, yeah, partially just, like, straight up computer generated, but they also used some, like, mocap for, like, the figure behavior.
Give me, like, a scene where like, when the kids do the cocaine,
Mhm.
then the bear talks to them. And it's,
oh,
like,
wait,
Vin
yes,
Diesel.
that would have been so funny. Why didn't they do this? Why
Right.
didn't she do this? So, like, something like, Booksmart, when they
Yeah.
have the drug trip and they become, like, animated, like, dolls, like, stop-motion dolls.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been so in place in this movie. And, like,
Yeah.
even 80 for Birdie, when Tom Brady, like, talks to her through the bobblehead all the time, when she's not on drugs. Like, that would have been so good.
Or, like,
Why
in
did the kids
that
not
again when
seem high
everyone's
at all?
a Guy Fieri. Like,
Ugh.
if everyone was, if they looked
If
around
the
and
bear was
everyone
voiced by Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri should have been in this movie.
That would have been good. If he's, like, dad at a cookout and Cocaine
Yeah.
Bear, like, jumps through a fence and
God.
eats him.
Yes.
That'd be really fun.
Man, now I'm liking this movie less and less as we talk about, like, things that would have been better.
Yeah.
I still liked it, but, like, that was such a missed opportunity.
That would've
Just to
been
throw
really
some...
good.
Like, Ray Liotta was, like, a really random choice, but, like,
It
they could have gone crazier with the casting, I would say. Even though
Yeah.
everyone did a good job.
Yeah.
There could have been some, like, funny names in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where should the train go?
where should the train go? Could have been a train instead of a plane at the beginning.
Yeah,
But
that's probably the only...
Yeah, or instead of a helicopter. I don't know if that would add anything. It would just be funny.
If instead of, when the two guys are, like, driving to go find all the coke, if they just were in a train instead. It was, like, a fun train trip instead of a car.
I feel like our answer is always the same for this question. I love that we did make this into a segment. Like,
I just don't really... Oh, yeah, what were some names that I had sent you at, like, 3 a.m.? Boa Conductor.
Yeah. Oh, was that one? That is pretty good.
Yeah. I literally sent, like, 10. I don't really remember why.
Let me find them.
I was doing
Was it?
that then?
I've been getting a lot of texts from your, like, email address lately. You've been texting me from your computer. a
Yeah,
lot.
that was a computer one, because I think I was doing something and watching the Shark Tale one, and I was like,
Here we
what am I
go.
gonna... Yeah, what are they?
I don't think I even read these. I was just like, it's 2:30 a.m. Go to bed. Yeah, Saturday 2:30 a.m. Railroad puns. Slugga choo choo. Rail toad. Down came the train like from Itsy Bitsy Spider. That one doesn't even make sense.
That one doesn't work.
That one doesn't make sense at all. Boa conductor. And I just said, this is a very 2:30 a.m. text.
Yeah.
And then I went to bed. And you said a sign-off option as well, which I won't spoil.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
I sent a bunch of those over at some point, too.
Yeah. And then a picture of one of your incoherent animal shirts that
Yeah.
said, a little sheep. Today I happy very much.
Yeah. The only things I thrift anymore are incoherent animal shirts. Got another one the other day that says shrimp resting. It's just a shrimp. I also got a dog one.
Shrimp dressing.
A dog one that says, like, bark if you want broccoli, and it's a dog barking.
What? Where are you finding these? I
Literally
need
no
to.
idea.
I'm also.
And then,
That's
like,
so good.
fancy ball gowns.
Yeah. What is next?
Rating.
The sun
What would
keeps,
you rate
like,
it?
coming back up from behind the clouds.
Out of 4 paws.
It's so.
How many paws?
I would rate it like 3 out of 4. It was a fun
Okay.
time.
That's what I said.
It rides
like,
a lot on its premise.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it a lot.
That's what I said. Somewhere between, like, 2.5, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
wanted
it's,
to
like,
like it
super
more,
fun.
but like I had a great time. It was a good experience just seeing it with like a huge group of people who were like just so ready for Cocaine Bear.
The full theater was very fun.
Yeah.
Some big reactions.
Yeah, that was like pretty
Some
full
good cheers for
in my
Nicole, of
theater, too.
course.
Of course. I gotta start going to the Grove, man.
Every single time, everyone goes crazy for Nicole. What was I just at? Oh, when I saw the new Scream the other night.
I gotta see that. I'm
The
so excited.
biggest reactions. Everyone was, like, full cheering and, like, commentary on Nicole of, like quoting her as she was, like, saying her lines.
That's so funny. I just think that we need to go to AMC dressed as Nicole. Like, I don't have the outfit, but you have.
I
Like,
do have the...
That's
I mean,
so
they
good.
don't match the pants
Yeah.
and the blazer, but they were both...
I think I know which one's
sparkly.
your. I've seen like pants like that. Are they like from Target? I feel like I've seen stuff like that at Target, and like wanted to buy it.
I think so.
Okay.
I think they're
What am I thinking
from...
of? They have a lot of like black sparkly pants that are very fun.
They were from, like... Banana Republic's the place, right?
That is
I
a
think they
place.
were from that. Where, like... I think my grandma had got me some nice, like, work pants, and I went and exchanged them for that.
So good. I just
And
love
I wear
that,
those
like,
more than I would have work
Yeah.
pants. Some nice, like, dress slacks, you know?
I just love that she wears that. Like no one has ever gone to the movies wearing anything like that. Like
Exactly.
that is what makes it so camp.
Yeah.
Like, it's when she's like walking there in her like stilettos and diamond pinstripes too that I'm like, this is I love this. So
I really
much.
want
Like it wouldn't have been as
recreate
iconic
that.
if she was wearing like
Just
normal
shot for
clothes.
shot with absolutely nothing different.
Yeah.
Just because it's funny enough. Just recreate it gets enough of a joke.
That can be like we need like we should do a trailer for our podcast. Like if we do like
Oh my
seasons
God.
or something. I don't know how that would work. We should make a
Yeah.
trailer for it where it's like us dressed as Nicole Kidman. Like
Yes.
sitting down
That's so
and
good.
saying everything super dramatic. Okay, we're gonna do that.
We go to, like, one of the theaters we go to in the middle where it's, like, completely empty.
Yeah.
And we just go really early
At, like,
and we
12
shoot
a.m..
it. Yeah.
Oh my god. We don't say what theater it is. They don't kick us out, but it's like clearly an AMC.
Yeah.
How illegal is that? Filming a commercial inside of an AMC. I don't think
it's-
they would care. It's not like we're
Yeah.
making money off
No,
this. Okay,
exactly.
that would be really funny. I think we need to do that.
That's
We
what
gotta,
so now we're at yay or nay. It's your
Oh,
time
boy.
to shine.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I have like coherent questions
Yeah.
in here somewhere. Give me 2 minutes
Okay.
to get my thoughts together because I have a lot of them. Oh, I can do my Pablo EscoBEAR one. That was gonna be the best one. Okay, yay or nay? The team deliberately did not do any research on like bear biology or what a bear would do on cocaine because they wanted to just play into the insanity and have like an imaginative approach.
I feel like that's yay.
That is nay. On my fact today are from like IMDb and
Yeah.
BuzzFeed. It says a lot of research was done to try to figure out how a bear on cocaine might behave, which I found quite surprising.
Yeah.
But also, I guess it makes sense. Elizabeth Banks told Esquire, we had a little leeway with the bear because it's on cocaine, and nobody knows how a bear would actually act on cocaine. The outlet reported that the crew did research on various bear species' behavior, even looking up how fast they can run, how high they can jump, and embellished these stats. Everything in this movie has some basis in reality, which I'm proud of, she said.
So they looked it up to kind of ignore it.
They looked it up to at least be able to be like, okay, here's a baseline, let's just elevate it.
Okay.
From like a realistic, so it's not like this is completely insane. What am I watching?
So it wouldn't be like the Fast and Furious where you're jumping between buildings.
You know,
That
not
would
quite,
be
but
something,
almost.
But you're like, if
Yeah.
the bear could go there, could like almost reach it. On cocaine, it could reach it.
Yeah. Elizabeth
Yeah.
Banks says, you believe these things could be happening, but it also tells
Yeah.
you that this is a supercharged bear. I love reading like very like serious things. I'm sure she was like
Yeah.
smiling when she said this, but
Yeah.
like reading it in print is like really funny.
It just makes it seem so like official.
Yeah. Official. Okay. So many facts screenshot. Okay, true or false, this movie was shot in Ireland.
I feel like it was shot in Canada. So
It was shot in Ireland.
Why?
Though it takes place in Georgia in the U.S., Cocaine Bear was shot in County Wicklow on the east coast of Ireland.
But
and apparently you can tell because, like, the types of trees are different. I don't know why.
That feels like a...
Maybe probably, like, tax reasons or
Yeah,
something.
but, like, I feel like
So
everyone's
random.
shooting in Vancouver these days.
Yeah.
Like, just go there.
Yeah,
Or
maybe...
Atlanta, where they're literally in Georgia. Everyone's
I don't
shooting.
know. Maybe because it was too busy.
I don't know.
I have no
That's
idea.
strange.
It seems like a really weird choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay or nay? One of the child actors had COVID during filming, and they shot their scenes with just a straight-up stand-in who didn't know any of the lines.
Yeah, I bet that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is yay.
Which kid?
The boy. Christian Convery, the kid actor who plays Henry. That was his
Henry,
name.
that's his
Got
name.
COVID during filming, and a local boy from Ireland was brought in as a stand-in for 10 days.
That's really great.
He didn't know any of Henry's lines, so Banks used a megaphone to read them out so Russell would have something to act against. Carrie Russell said, so it's f***ing Banks in the background screaming this little kid's lines in the background in this southern accent. And me looking at this little blank-faced kid who's not saying anything.
That's really awful.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job for her, then.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. It's just a weird choice to just bring in a random kid, but I guess, like, they probably didn't have that much time to just not shoot for 10 days. The kid's in, like, a lot of the scenes.
Yeah.
Do I have any more facts? You did know some of them already. So I've skipped some of them. Oh, yes. Okay. This one is saved in my notes app, so I have to find that in a different place. I was not prepared. Yay or nay, the real bear, like, that this was inspired by, ate an estimated $100,000 worth of coke.
I think it's more. I think it's millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 75 pounds of cocaine, estimated at about $2 million.
I have a fact. Yay or nay? The writer is married to what's her name? Samara Weaving.
Oh, that is fun. I didn't know that.
That is.
I think the writer also said he'd be open to a sequel. So that's a fun fact.
Is the bear?
Let me double check what that actually said. Did the bear die at the end?
I
My
don't
boss
think
also
so.
asked that because we were talking about the movie, and I had to be like, I don't know what was happening.
I think the bear and its children eat Ray Liotta, and they're fine.
I think you're.
But, like,
yeah, I couldn't remember if, like, just the cubs lived.
The fact that these bears are, like, passing out when they don't have their cocaine seems like it's not gonna go well when they've made it through all their cocaine.
Didn't they make it through all the cocaine?
I think so.
You would think
So,
at the
like,
end it would have crashed.
Yeah. Poor bears.
Yeah, Jimmy Warden told Variety, the bear is not the bad guy in this movie.
No.
What happened is a product of circumstance and everybody else's poor decisions. I think that is a story we can continue to tell over and over again.
So, like, other animals on...
I think so. Like the lynx.
Cocaine cat.
Cocaine cat.
I hope they do that.
I like the fashion choice.
Thank you.
I'd be excited to tell it because there are some really good ideas that we have for the subsequent movies. So he's, like, ready. He wants to make
For
more.
subsequent movies. What other animals?
Ooh, yeah. What other animals would you like to see? Similar to the shaggy dog, what other animal hybrids would you want? I would like to see a snake on cocaine.
Ooh.
Like a giant, deadly, like, python
Yeah.
from the Florida
Cocaine
Everglades
snake.
on coke. That'd be really good.
I was gonna say, like, some sort of, like, big bird of prey. Like, not a
Oh my god, like a cassowary, like that horrifying bird from Australia that, like, kicks people. Cocaine cassowary.
Opium ostrich.
I don't think that would be the same.
I was
think
trying to
it would
think
be
of
like,
other drugs. What other...
I mean, cocaine is good because it's like an upper.
Yeah.
Like,
Is
it wouldn't be
meth
that
an
fun to
upper?
watch something on. I think it is.
What's
Meth manatee. Meth.
That's the first thing I
I mean,
thought of,
why
too.
are we going for, like, alliteration? Cocaine bear is too different.
Because
That's
alliteration's
why it was so
fun.
funny. It's so funny because the name is just like this.
Yeah.
Doesn't even make sense. Meth tiger. That'd be good. Could do some damage. Meth. You know what's a really good name? Meth snake.
Yeah. And it's
I would watch a movie
it's in
called Meth
Florida.
Snake.
Florida and
Yeah.
the Everglades.
It's so much more right.
And somebody somehow gets meth. And then
Meth snake.
have you seen that video? My sister sent it to me the other day of, like, somebody's like, oh, there was some weird noise in my ceiling, and then the ceiling broke and 3 giant pythons fall out of the ceiling of somebody's house.
No.
It's
That's
awful.
horrifying. Oh my
It's
god.
actually awful.
What a moment to capture on video.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Okay, what are our remaining segments before the camera overheats again?
The grand finale.
Oh, yes.
Final thoughts.
Good. Not the best movie ever, but watch it. It was fun.
It's a fun theater movie, especially if you
sure.
go with, like, your friends, or you go... I mean, now
After
it's been out
6
for a bit,
shots.
so it probably won't be super crowded, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I bet you could do if you watch it at home, a fun, like, drinking game to it. Like,
yeah.
Every time they say cocaine bear, every time the bear does cocaine.
Or you can just do it at the AMC, but you have to keep leaving to get drinks and coming back, because I don't think they'll give you multiple at once. Yeah. I was glued to my seat, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of, every time they say cocaine bear, every time someone does cocaine, every time someone dies, a lot of people died, every time someone gets, like, horribly maimed, yeah, you could have fun with that. You could. Yeah.
Every time they just get a new character, and it's
so
many people to keep track of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. Is that the end of it?
Yeah, well, what are we doing next time? Because we didn't decide.
Oh, shoot.
Let's think.
Just add a voiceover after we decide.
How about next time we're doing Move Your Mouth? Yeah! Woo!
We can also just put a picture of the poster like I always do. And not say it.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I don't know when that'll come out, but hopefully soon.
Hello, this is Sydney editing. We've figured out what our next podcast is, so Groundhog Day. Yeah, it's gonna be Groundhog Day, doing an oldie but a goodie. Shannon is gonna be out next week, so we have a special guest. She's picked the movie. Get ready. Gonna be super fun. Yay! Woo!
So, we forgot to say the last couple of times, but check us out on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Pawlywood Pawdcast.
I always forget if it has the.
I don't think it does.
Okay. It's not like you're gonna, like, find a different Pawlywood podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can listen on Spotify or your favorite
We're now on Apple
Oh my god,
Podcasts.
finally.
It took a bit.
It took so long for them to approve us.
Yeah,
YouTube.
We're on all the Spotifys, all the podcast platforms.
All the Spotifys. Let us know if you have any suggestions. If you're one of our friends who is basically the only people that watch this, let us know if you want to guest host and, like, be on the show, especially if you live near us.
What did we just did I come up with a good sign off? I don't remember.
You came up with
what
pasta la vista, which just sounds like you're saying pasta.
Well, you have to go pasta.
It's
That's
like
not bad.
It's hard to say.
I think I came up with padios at some point.
They're all Spanish.
Yeah, wait.
I guess hasta la vista is, like, not really a Spanish phrase, but
yeah. What was the other one? I came up with a cat one. Later. Oh, that's what we tried to do last time, and I was really struggling with it.
It was really uncomfortable. Yeah, well, we've given you some options.
Yeah, let us know your favorite.
Enjoy.